In fact, viewers, we have some big breaking news also coming in. This is related to the Delhi tragedy because the Chief Secretary's report on the killings, literally murder. This is not a tragedy, not a mishap, murder which took place in the national capital. And that report really is citing violations, blatant violations, and in detail their reasoning why these three young lives, these three children really could not escape, they couldn't survive. Now they say, first of all, what does the report say? The report says that the water level of road and basement was the same and the institute had literally blocked the drainage system. No extra safeguard was taken by the center. There was no vigil on part of the security staff. The reason for flooding is what needs to be probed further. We have Ankit who's joining us live from the newsroom. He has more details on the same. Yes, Ankit, over to you.
So here's what was found to be amiss, Meenakshi. So first of all, this road was notified as a commercial street. As such, most of the properties have been converted to commercial establishments. For the sake of convenience, the property users have constructed ramps over the entire width of the plot, thereby blocking the entry of storm water during rains into the existing drainage system. Second, the property owners have covered the existing built-up section drainage system by putting granite, marble, kota stones. The opening in shape of manhole over the drain hole system have also been covered with finishing items, thus leaving no scope for cleaning of the drains. 3. The profile of the road from Shankar Road to Pusa Road is in a saucer shape with lowest point in front of Rau's Coaching Institute. During peak rains, water accumulates in the stretch of 200 feet and whenever vehicles pass through this stretch, there is a huge splash of water which aggravates the situation. The plinth level of this property is also lower in comparison to the adjoining properties. And last, in case of intense rain due to profile of the road, entire water accumulates in this region and the water which was supposed to enter into the stormwater drain and then to barrel pushes towards the parking area. This coaching institute has completely blocked the drainage system and has also not taken additional safeguard to meet such eventualities. So they covered the drains, they covered the manhole, they built their finishing touches of their plinth and their kota on top. The road is also shaped like a saucer. Anyway, water was to accumulate there and really there was no safeguard, and whatever safeguard was there was also done away with by the coaching center, is what this report has found.
Absolutely, and flagrant violations, blatant lapses highlighted in this report. Thank you, Ankit, for taking us through the details of the same. Priyank is also live with us. Priyank is the one who has accessed this exclusive piece of information and also accessed the report. Priyank, we just took a look at the highlights from the report. If you could really take us, through what the report exactly says, what it exactly means, especially when we speak on the part of this coaching institute, the lapses which were done by the coaching institute which led to these three lives being lost.
See, there are two aspects of this particular report. It's a 104-page report, Meenakshi, which we have got. And this is a report which has several hierarchies. Like the DM has submitted this report to the Chief Secretary, and Chief Secretary later on handed over this report to the Aam Aadmi Party ministers. Because the war of what which is happening in between both the sides, putting the onus on each other, is a very important thing to be seen. But if you see the report is certainly not giving any kind of laxity on the government official side. It is only citing about what was done wrong from the Rau Institute, which is an IAS preparation institute where this incident happened. But later in this report, there is also mentioned that when the Honorable High Court took suo motu cognizance of the death of the student which happened inside a coaching institute in Mukherjee Nagar, there was a notice which was sent to this particular institute on which they replied on the 8th month of July, in July 2023, where Rau's coaching institute also got a clearance from the fire department. So when the fire department and these NOCs were being renewed at that particular time, why wasn't this thing being seen on the ground? Now the thing what is happening, that the government officials' onus has been shifted to another officer. This is what the report is citing of. All eyes are there on the MHA inquiry report, which will be a compiled data of the police and the government officials' report, and that will be talking about the larger aspect which need to be taken, which need to be considered with respect to this particular incident which has happened, which has taken life of three innocent people. So that inquiry report will come up with the exact data, what need to be done, what should have been done. But so far as this particular report is concerned, it is certainly highlighting the norms which were flouted by Rau's Institute, but it is certainly not highlighting that who were these individuals who were shielding them. Because Meenakshi, basically you have to understand that these are the institute which has been, taking out IAS and IPS officers since 1953. So there is a bureaucratic shield which is being given to these institutes. That's why they have been operating like this.
Well, you're right. You know, Priyanka, the eyes now will be on the MHA report. The question really is about accountability, about possible patronage, and all those angles will be explored in the coming days as the probe also, goes ahead further. But for now, Priyank, thank you for joining us with all these updates. We have multiple viewers also who are calling us with their views because, it's an incident which has angered and outraged the entire country. As we speak, viewers, we're bringing you all the exclusive updates as far as the probe is concerned. But simultaneously, there's also a protest which was happening by the INDIA bloc where the opposition leaders are uniting for Arvind Kejriwal and his health, but have not said a word on the Delhi tragedy. What do you think of it? You can call with your views. We have Manjunath from Bengaluru. We also have, many other callers who are calling us. I'll first go to Mr. Manjunath from Bengaluru who's joined us. Yes, sir, go ahead. What are your views on the same? Okay, Jagdish from Bengaluru with us. Mr. Jagdish, over to you. What do you have to say, sir?
Most of these educational institutions, coaching camps and everything most of them are floated by only influential people in the society. So what happens, most of these people, they deviate from the normal standards fixed by the educational institutions. So this is not only case of isolated case of Delhi. If you take the entire country, there are several such institutions running even today. So nobody has got any control over these people. So in the coming days, many more such things will happen in different ways. So TV people, you people cannot go everywhere and find out what is happening. I have taken the data. In the coming days, many more such horrible things will happen for the students. So only government has to do something, madam. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jagdish, for joining with your views. Obviously, safety measures is something which needs to be looked into. We also have Somsekhar from Bengaluru who's joined us. We spoke about the, blatant violations, the lapses as a part of the coaching institute. But Mr. Somsekhar, at the same time, you have the INDIA leaders who are staging a massive protest. Not a word on the Delhi tragedy. What do you have to say, sir?
Madam, see, the government and government jobs are very, very tough to work. But unfortunately, it is the other way in India. These people does not know their basic responsibilities. So, what I want to say is these people should be made to learn a lesson.
All right. Accountability. Point taken. So you're saying that accountability also needs to be fixed. There are some very serious lapses which have come to light. Who's going to be responsible? Who will fix accountability? Those are big questions which India is asking. We have Mr. Ravi also joined us on the phone line. Yes, sir, go ahead. What do you have to say about, the violations which have come to light and especially about the protest which is happening? It's okay to protest in a democracy, but is it okay to not say a word on the Delhi horror? When we speak of this protest by the INDI bloc, they're 15 minutes away from the site of the tragedy, sir.
You are asking me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Madam ji, first of all, I want to comment on the picture being shown on your channel. They are in the alliance, people are meeting there. And they are just meeting because of Arvind Kejriwal, the corrupt person is in the jail. That is why. Otherwise, they have no interest in the general public. Mr. Durgesh Pathak, why he is afraid of coming and why Ms. Atishi, why Mr. Bhardwaj are not coming at the site of the tragedy.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a big question which
I'm
you are asking,
telling
sir, and a
you-
valid question. Thank you for joining us. Almost all our callers who have called have literally asked the same question. The entire country, India, is asking questions on the apathy. They're asking accountability to be fixed. But what's extremely, unfortunate is the fact that the INDIA leaders are protesting, yet they have not said a word about the Delhi apathy. They are less than 6 kilometers away from the site of this incident. Why are they silent on the Delhi horror? That's the big question which almost all of our callers have been asking. Thank you, all of you, for joining us on Times Now. Our fight for justice, really, this campaign will continue.